It's neighbor versus neighbor in North Portland with the city right in the middle.
And the dispute is a lesson in how things can get out of control when neighbors disagree over a property line. This is all happening along North Edison Street in Portland. Ken Body is live now in that neighborhood tonight with the story you'll see only on 6. And Ken, this is a dispute over a carport?
Yes, Kelly, it's a dispute over a carport, but it's actually much more than that. It's not exactly the Hatfield and the McCoys, but it is a dispute between neighbors who just can't get along, and the city's right in the middle.
It's just been here so long.
Floyd Montgomery's carport is at the home he shares with his mother-in-law, Lois. The city says he has to move it or tear it down.
Things been here for quite a while, since like the 70s, and we're not happy about it. We're just not happy.
City code requires a 5-foot setback from the neighbor's house, a house owned by Vince Ursig, who lives across the street.
I've never done anything to him, but he sure picks on me.
Ursig's complaint brought the city to Lois's home. He didn't go on camera, but he had plenty to say. Can't you guys work it out?
Well, like I said, he started the ball rolling, and like I said, he should have thought things out before he, before you take a saw and cut somebody else's fence down. That's a pretty bold step.
Several years ago, after Lois's husband died, Vince put a fence up to block what he called the eyesore next door. So Floyd paid for a survey and found the fence was inches over his property line. In February, he tore Vince's fence down and built one of his own.
I'd like to just have love and peace with all my neighbors, and I can't even communicate with them. I've tried to in the past.
Now, Floyd has to move his carport. He would have to move it over 5 feet. This is 5 feet, which means either the carport goes or Floyd must pay to make it smaller.
We don't want to have to put the expense in doing it, and we don't think we should have to move it.
Now Floyd says Vince calls the city for everything from where his cars are parked to the shrubs in his yard.
We're not going to live with him, we'll just live around him, as they say.
Well, a spokesperson for the Bureau of Development Services says that Floyd has 30 days to either tear the carport down or move it, unless he applies for and gets a variance to keep it where it is. Meanwhile, they say the response is complaint-driven, so they wouldn't have even known about this unless Vince made the call to them to complain. Meanwhile, we talked to some neighbors who live around here. They're just trying to stay out of it. Live in North Portland, Ken Body, KOIN 6 News.